Hello students, welcome to this session. In this class we'll be learning about a project. So I have created a project, airline project. So I'll be showing you what all I have used in this. Right, so this is how the web page of the project looks, the home page. So as you can see here, airline fly, where would you like to fly, right? So the navigation bar, you have home, flights, reservations, admin, login, sign up, right? So let me show you. Before running this, you will have to install the PHP as well, because this is a complete PHP based project, because I have connected the database as well to it for the login forms, for the admin logins, for the sign up as well, right? So you'll have to connect it to the database. Now again, when you scroll down, you can see your user login here, right? So let me show you the database for it. So before that, you'll have to start the MySQL server as well, MySQL server and the Apache server. If you don't start it, your program won't work. So let me start this. So let me go to localhost / php myadmin. So anyway, when you go to this localhost / php myadmin, you will directly end up in the database, right? So this is the database. Now I'll have to open the airline database. Now this is the airline database. It has so many tables in it. As you can see, admin table is for admin login. Then you have user table for user login, reservations, payments, passenger details, seats details, flight details, right? So many tables I have created here to make sure to store all the details in these different tables, right? So let me show you the folder here. Now this is the folder, HARU, this is the folder, and inside that you have different files for every page. You can see different pages here, .php, .html, right? So all these are different pages which are used to create our web page. So this is our first page, where it says where you want to fly, and the dates have been given, and search bar is also being given, right? So basically how this search works. So let me show you how does admin login and the user login works, right? So I'll show you first user login. So this is the user login. It asks for username and password. So when I open here, when I open on user, you can see so many users are already here, right? So many users are already here. So I will need to use this username as my email ID here, and the user one, that is the password here. Now how do we connect it actually? So let me go to the home page here, that is the home.php. Now when I scroll down, I'll go to my login page first. So scroll down. Yes, you can see this login page here, right? So again scroll down. Great, you can see this login page here, right? So it goes to login.php. Whenever I submit the form, it will directly go to login.php. Now I'll go to login.php here. This is the login.php, and here I've already showed you how to connect to the database. I've already shown you how to actually retrieve the data using the post in our previous classes, right? So username has been taken and the password will be taken. When you enter username and password here, it will be taken here through the post method. Now after taking from the post method, it will be stored in link, and also we are selecting the password, first name, last name from user, where username is equal to this. So basically we are checking whatever we have entered here and whatever resides in the database. We are checking that, we are comparing it, and if it is true, then we are successfully logged in, and we'll go to this view reservations.php. If the password is wrong or the username is wrong, it will write login failed and there is an error, and it will go to error page.php, right? So this is the example of this. So let me show you how do we log in. So let me see it once again. This is my email ID and this is the password user1. So let me add my email address and the password for user. Now it says reservations, so it says view reservations.php. Now let me go back and try some other login IDs, right? So let me refresh it once again. So let me log out first, right? So after logging out, so I can see this different page again. So let me add something else here. So let me see if this works. Click on login. It says login failed, right? So I hope you guys understood what is this. So I'll just log in once again here. So again log in here using the valid email address. Now you can see these are my reservations, right? So when I click on this reservations, you can see arrival at 6, date, all these things are mentioned here, right? So let me tell you all this data. How did we get all this data? It is already stored in our database. So let me show you this flights. when I go on flight, you can see flight numbers are being given here, right? Flight number 11, 13, 22. So let me show you this. Flight number 22. Flight number 22 is this, that is this 16. Departure time is 16 hours, that is 4 o'clock, and the arrival time is 18, that is 6 o'clock, right? From airport ID 2 to airport ID 1. So what is this airport ID 2 and airport ID 1? Airport ID 2 is nothing but your Los Angeles, and airport ID 1 is nothing but your Dallas. So let me show you airport. Now here airport ID, I have assigned it here. Now the tables are interconnected to each other here, right? You can see second is Los Angeles, 1 is Dallas. So basically 2 to 1 means that Los Angeles to Dallas, right? So that is why we are getting this, right? So these are my reservations. Now if I want to delete any reservations, I'll just click on this, click on delete, and ticket is cancelled. Now click on OK. So this is just an example of how to actually create a airline database so that user can access all those things. So this is the reservations part. All these details are stored in your database. The airport IDs are stored here. Available seats are also stored here. You can see instance IDs, economy class, business class, total availability seats here, total seats which are there in that particular flight, right? Again, reservation details. Now see reservation details. So let me tell you, if I click on this, you can see reservation details, right? So yes, so this is my actual username and the password which is given here, right? So the passenger details are given here. You can see the passenger details with what kind of food they prefer, passenger age, meal preference, right? So all these things are given here. Now seats reservation, if I go, you can see all these things there, right? So there are basically different tables which I have used to actually tell about different things in that particular airport. Now let me show you the admin login. What all, see, the user can only view the reservations, right? So he cannot book any reservations as of now, but admin can do much more things. So let me show you. Let me click on logout first. So when I click on logout, you can see this admin. So now let me check if we have availability, right? So let me check. Maybe I'm gonna check for, right? So let me check for 2018 here. No need of return. Click on search flights, showing flights. There is no flight for this route, right? So there's few particular flights which are there. So again, search for it. There's no flight. So when do we have to check it? We can directly go here to flight instance, flight here, right? So you can see flight number, scheduled departure, flight instance, right? You can see this flight instance, flight number 111, arrival time, date. Now let me do one thing, that is your flight number 11, 9, 12 and 2018. So let me check if it is available, 9, 12, 2018, and search for the flight. There's no flight, but yeah, you will have to click on this Los Angeles to Dallas. Now Los Angeles to Dallas, I'm going to check it as 9, 12, 2018, search for the flight. There's no particular flight, so you'll have to see the particular flight which is available here, right? So let me just check for the airports. 221 is your Dallas, right? So log, click on log. All these logs are created here. Flight instance is given here, right? So instance ID is given, schedule time, schedule departure, arrival date. So 6/12/2018. So let me check for 6/12/2018. 6/12/2018. Check for it. There's no flight. Next round trip, right? You can check all of these things. Whatever flight is available, it will only show that. If the flight is not available, it will not show that. It will return the error, that is the error message. We are sorry, there no onward flight for this, right? So now click on login. So this is basically the admin login, right? So this is not the user login. Admin login offers you two important things. One is to add the flights and one is to view the flights, right? So these are the two things. Now let me show you the admin here. So this is the admin login, and there's only one admin here, admin1@gmail.com, and password is the password. So let me just type it, admin1@gmail.com and password. So click enter. This, okay, this is a wrong, admin1@gmail.com, and click on password. There's something wrong, so let me click on login once again. admin1@gmail.com, password is password, right? So let me just click on admin here first, admin. Now this is the admin, that was the normal user, right? So this is the admin here, right? So here I'm gonna put admin1, and again I'm gonna put here as password. So click enter. You can see two things you can do using an admin. One is the add flights and one is the view flights. So when you click on this view flights, you can see all the flights which are available here, including the dates as well. You can see these flights 2018 12/9, that is from Los Angeles to Dallas, again from Los Angeles to Dallas. If you want to cancel any flight, click on this, click on cancel. It will say, are you sure you want to delete it? Just click on delete. Flight has been cancelled. Now add or delete, you can find the both things. Now you can see when I click back, you can see that flight has been deleted, right? So now again go back. Now to add a new flight, click on this, and you can see you can add new flights. You can give the flight numbers as well. You can give the flight instance as well, from airport ID to airport ID, right? So 1 to 2 or 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 or 4 to 1, right? So all these things can be given here. Now we can create a flight here, right? So the flight details will be stored in the flight instance here. It will be stored in the flight instance here, right? So now let me show you the code for it. Now this is basically the home page. So once after the home page and everything is done, you can just go to add flights here. You can see add flights, all the fonts, all the bootstrap icons, all the bootstrap CDN has been taken here, right? So when I scroll down, you can see all this nav bar, icon bar, right? All these things we have already learned how to do all of these things. Now Jumbotron has been used, flight number, add flights, just like this add flight. So how do we actually do it? You can see this flight number. Now this is the flight number. Again you have a box over there, right? So you can see this class, form control, flight number. The same thing you are doing it for your airport ID as well, from airport ID to airport ID. Next you are doing the same thing for from city to city, from state to state, category, seat availability, departure time, departure date, right? So all these things are already done here, and you can directly add your thing. So how do we add it? How do it stores in the database? Now you can see when I go to this form, all right, so let me just go to the form here. All the name has been taken from here, form control and everything. You can see action add flights.php. Now this, whenever I click on the add button over there, it will redirect to add flights.php. Now add flights.php is here. It will take all the details here. Flight number will be taken, departure time will be taken, arrival time will be taken, from will be taken, to will be taken, flight instance. All these details will be taken from that, and it will be entered into the database. You can see it will be entered into the database. That is the insert into flight. It will be inserted into the complete database, and you can watch it later as well, right? So you can see all these different commands has been given. Insert into airport of airport ID, values. So after it is successfully added, it will say success page. So when I click on successpage.php, it will say addition successful. If it will not be added to the database, then it will say an error page. An error page will be displayed here. The same thing, add flight page, right? So there are so many admin sign up, all this admin sign in page, right? So for all of these things, you'll have to create an extra pages to make sure all this runs properly. If you are doing it a single page, then it would be very difficult for you to access all of those things, and that is why you will have to create different database. Now this airline.sql, is nothing but your exported database. Now you can see all the exported database here, right? So you can change it here as well, and you can import it in your other systems, right? So this is the exported database. I have showed you in the last class how to import and export. You can see import and export here. So first you will have to export it if you want to run the program in other systems, then import it here, add that SQL file here, choose file here, and import it. All the details will be imported, all the tables, all the databases will be imported in your table, in your database, right? So this is how you can export and import. Or if you want to add any airport IDs, you can just click on insert. You can directly add into your airport IDs as well. Click on insert here. You can add your airport ID 5, city name you can give it as Bangalore, state Karnataka, right? So click on go. Alright, so one row is inserted. Go back. Now you can see 5th is your Bangalore. Now If I want 5 to 1, you can directly add it in your flight instance here, right? So you can directly insert your flight instance ID. Maybe I'm gonna give it as 20. Arrival time, maybe sometime, let me give it as sometime here. Okay, let me just add, okay, let me add this same thing. I'm gonna add this here. Arrival date, I'm gonna give it as maybe 14th of July. Next departure date, I'm gonna give it as maybe 13th of July. Then flight number 5 to 1, or you can see flight number 33 to 33. Then you have status 5, I'm going to give fare 5000, I'm going to give, click on go. Now one row is inserted, go back. Now you can see flight number 5, you can see this 20, instance ID 20, and the departure time is given, and the arrival date and the departure date is also given here, right? So this is how you can actually install it, everything, and you can directly display it here. Now let me go back, click on view flights. You can see all these things are available. If you click on 20, you can see all the 11 rows are available here, right? So you can see this. So basically this is how you can use in your programs. Now sign up page for your user, so you can directly sign up. So if you want, you can directly sign up as some name. You're going to give some name, password I'm going to give, date of birth, maybe I'm going to give simply a date of birth, sign up. No reservations are there. Currently we have not given any reservations, and that is why we are signing up, right? So there's no particular reservation here. You can see just now I signed up here by my name itself. I signed up with this email. So you can see date of birth is given like this because this is not a proper date of birth, right? So this is how you can sign up. So click on logout, you'll come back to the home page here, right? So this is how we can do it. Now there are so many pages which are there here. I'm going to upload it in the platform, so you can watch all of this and you can do it in your own, right? So view flights as well. To view the flights, we are going to echo the list. We are going to add the options for Dallas, San Diego, Florida, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, right? So all these things you can do that using options. Then you have, when you come down, you can see this using get. I'm gonna retrieve the data of airport ID. You can see airport from airport ID to airport ID. Airport ID is nothing but your airport names, right? So again, all of these things you can, there's string comparison we have used here. Selecting the database, selecting from one particular database, selecting from one particular table to putting it in other table, right? So all of these things can be done over there. Alright, so this is how you can do your project like this. Since it is a lot of thing, you can see success.html. Now this success.html, you can actually use it in any success pages. So you can make it generic so that it will be used in any other successful pages. So that is success.html. Again, you have success.php as well, success page.php for update flights, admin login, admin sign out, user sign in, user sign out, right? So all of these things you can do it using this success page.php. Then you have update fly, sign off. Again, you have sign out page. So when you click on sign out page, it should use session here. Now I'm going to use session start. Now sessions are basically used to make sure that particular session is used. If the particular session is not there, when you click on logout, it should go back to outside so that other people cannot access that login form, or else what happens when you click on the back button, it will directly go back. Now that should not happen. So that is why we are going to use session destroy. This session destroy is used over there so that the session is killed and it is a fresh session now, and that is why it will go to login.php once again, right? So this is the sign out one. Next we have sign up. As I told you, sign up, you have first name, last name, email, password, birth date. All these things will be taken and it will be directly inserted into our database, right? So you can see signed in HTML. Now when you sign in your particular page, you can see this particular thing which is available over there. You can see the mission, you can see the vision, right? So signed in HTML, you can see the services which are offered, you can see the products, or you can see all of those Google Maps. All these things are there in the signed in HTML. So you can create all of those things. Basically this website is created using three important things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also PHP and SQL. Right, so basically these important things, these important technologies or domains are used to create this website. Now you can use Bootstrap for your front end, you can connect it with your database, right? So all of these things are there, so you can use whatever technology you're comfortable with, you can use that. So I've done this project using PHP, CSS, HTML, few of Bootstrap icons. So let me show you this. All these are like Bootstrap icons, right? So just all rights received, all of those things, right? So click on home again, flights, click on flights, you can just see flights, login flights, sign up flights, all these things are there. You can see this date also available here. When you show your database, when in your database, if you gonna use the date, then this will automatically be there, right? So you can use that as well. And if you are directly using, instead of text number, the increment and the decrement operator will be available in your forms, so you can use that as well, right? So this is the images which I have used, logos, flight to India, right? So this is the image which I have used in the home page, favicon.ico, this is the icon which I have used. To use the icon, so let me show you, you can go to fontawesome.com or Flaticon. So let me show you Flaticons. When you go to Flaticon, you can see so many different SVGs, PSDs, PNG formats, logos here, right? So you can see icons which are available here. To use this icon, just click on it. Maybe I'm going to use this icon, register and download it. So just click on it, will ask you for the register, so just register it and you'll get your icon, so you can use that. Or you can directly use fontawesome.com. so when you go to fontawesome.com, you can see you can use CDN for this, right? So you need not to download the entire Font Awesome. You can just use the CDN and you can use whatever icons you want to use. So click on the icons here. You can see all of these icons are available. Just click on it. So when you click on it, it will give you the code for it, right? FA, then Font Awesome filter. So it will directly, you just copy this directly and it will be directly paste it in your program, paste it in your HTML where you want to make sure that that icon will be appeared. So there, if you paste it, your whole icons will be appeared there. But before that, you will have to use the CDN for Font Awesome. To use the CDN, just click on the home button, get started. It will ask you for your email address. So just click on the email address and the whole CDN will be delivered to your email address. Open your email address, copy the CDN, copy it in your program. Alright, so this is how you can use your Font Awesome. Right, so click on home. Alright, so this is how all these things are there. So all these things you can directly do it, right? So it is not very tough for you to actually do all of those things. So click on reservations here, right? So all of these things are available, right? So this was about your project, about how exactly you can use PHP in your project. There are 100,000 lines of code for each of the files, right? So it is very difficult for you to directly understand it. So hence I'll be uploading this code so that you can directly do it in your programs and understand what is happening over there, right? So thank you everyone.